Hello. I just wanted to post a video on my post-surgical outcomes. 6 weeks out now, following an L4, L5 microdiscectomy. I live in the NorCal region, and the 6 weeks out, and happily don't have any more nerve pain. All of the nerve pain shooting down my leg is completely gone. However, what I wanted to talk about today was the post-surgical numbness that I'm experiencing. And I know a lot of people have experienced this, but I don't see a lot of videos on YouTube or people commenting in great detail about what they experience. Obviously, I can probably speak for all of us and say that when you experience this, you freak out. It's frightening because you do not want your herniated disc to re-herniate, and I really don't want to experience all that pain again. It's frightening. So hopefully just want to go through what I'm experiencing right now and let everyone know that this is likely normal, and it's probably the nerve just healing itself. Anyways, is about 7 days after the surgery, which coincides with I stopped taking the Vicodin around day 4 or 5. So probably by the time that fully got flushed out of my system, I started noticing some numbness in my left feet, particularly in my toes. And then maybe about a week later, I started feeling some numbness at the top of my foot, just below the ankle on my right foot. So obviously when it starts with your left foot and then you start feeling it in your right foot a week later and trying every day not to bend, lift, or twist, although it's very, very difficult and I would argue impossible, you start thinking that, what did I do? Did I bend a little bit there? Did I twist a little bit there? And is that now causing the numbness in my right foot? So I spoke with my doctor. I've actually called him a couple of times over the last few weeks. I've had a couple of flights, like 5-6 hour flights, and just getting in and out of my car a little bit more than normal now that I'm going back into the office to work. I notice that can exacerbate it and maybe make the numbness a little bit more intense. So I wanted to speak to my doctor and make sure I'm not messing things up with my recovery and that this numbness is normal. And, he felt, his office felt like what I'm experiencing is likely normal right now, and that the nerve is just healing, and that the numbness can change over time and evolves as the nerve's healing. I haven't felt any pain. I know some people have experienced pain post-surgery, but I can confirm that I'm largely just the numbness, but the numbness varies in intensity, and it seems to vary in intensity based on the activities I do during the day. If I'm pushing myself a little bit harder that day, or if I have experienced maybe a bend where I shouldn't have bent, or twisting. I generally don't lift anything, so I feel like I'm really good on that aspect. But anyways, after a couple of weeks, I've noticed that the numbness in the bottom of my left foot and the toes has somewhat dissipated, so that feels good. That's likely the numbness is the nerve is healing, regenerating. However, it's somewhat moved a little bit further up my leg, so now I can feel little pins and needles in my shin, my left shin, as well as the top of the foot, kind of at the bottom of the ankle, similar to my right foot. But just a little update, just to provide the community, the microdiscectomy community, that this feels like it's likely normal. I also have, I'll highlight this, there was a couple of instances where I did actually feel a nerve sensation going down my leg, and it was more like an on-off sensation, like switching a light switch, where it would go on and then off, and then on and then off. It's very intermittent, brief, maybe over a 5 to 10 second period. Obviously scared the hell out of me. And that was actually what prompted me calling my doctor for the first time. He was more concerned if it was on all the time and it was pain, then he suggested that implied that would likely mean that it's re-herniated. But he said if it's just kind of an on-off, like a light switch, then it's probably just the nerve healing. So just keep that in mind. Don't freak out if you feel that. Um, yeah, and just I think that's pretty much it. It's just takeaways from this, from my experiences. It seems to evolve. Numbness is common. The numbness seems to be evolving, and hopefully that's the nerve regenerating. And and obviously recognize that bending, lifting, and no bending, lifting, or twisting is a rule, but at the same time, I mean, I feel in my experience it's almost impossible to completely avoid it. It's, I mean, you got to live your life, and having a family and a house and a job to manage. It's tough, but anyways, just hope everyone's healing well, and I'll try to provide an update maybe in 4 weeks' time. Hopefully that'll be enough time where maybe things have evolved even further. I mean, likely. But anyways, everyone take care and heal up. All right, bye.